there was a time when Cam was beefing with Mace. Now, some of y'all might not know about it, or some of y'all might just be too young, or whatever. Or you might not vague. You might make remember it vaguely. You know what I'm saying? Because these niggas beef with each other and then make up and then beef with each other and then make up and then beef with each other and then make up, right? There was a time when Cam was doing this to Mace. He fell out with Mace like he is with Jimmy. And his go-to was that Mace is not from Harlem. Now, how many of y'all remember that? I know it got it. Like, if you a diehard Dipset fan or Cameron fan, y'all remember Cam saying that Mace isn't from Harlem, right? And he is from Jacksonville, Florida. This is what Cam told us when they fell out, that Mace is from Jacksonville, Florida. So, but Mace got Harlem World tattoos. Mace had a group called Harlem World, right? But Cam told us Mace was from Jacksonville. But now that he's sitting back up there with Mace again, they cool again. Now, they from Harlem and Jimmy's not. But y'all saying it ain't hate. All right. Okay. Now, here's the next thing. Cam said that Mano punked Jim Jones or whatever, right? In some way, they ran into each other, and you know, Jim stepped to him, and nigga Mano barked on the nigga, whatever, right? Well, Mano came back today, you know, I think it was today, right? And he responded to what Cam said. And what he had to say in response to what Cam said was that him and Jim had beef because Jim was protecting Cam. Right? Now, Cam tried to say, yo, Mano had this song called Rumors where he was naming niggas and, you know, Jim ain't like that. He named them. And so he, you know, he said he went and stepped to him and woo, woo, woo. Mano corrects it and says, I ain't never said nothing about Jim Jones in the song Rumors. I said Cam. I mentioned Cam. And Jim was mad at me because he was protecting Cam because I mentioned Cam. So he was protecting Cam, like stepping to me for Cam. Once again, right? So my point to y'all, like I say for all of the ones that say, oh, Choke, yo, you being biased, you know, you hating on Cam. I'm not hating on Cam. I just don't like the fact that Cam is trying to minimize what Jim Jones brought to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it should never go this far with Cam when it comes to Jimmy. With anybody else, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But Jimmy, the guy that put his life on the line for you every time, bro. Like, and Cam sitting there like, yo, every problem that Jim had, for the most part, when y'all seen the shit at the Roc-A and all that, that's all Cam, bro. Right? See, a lot of y'all was not around. Y'all wasn't around. Y'all gotta remember, I worked at Roc-A-Fella for years. I was around Cam damn near every day for years. If it ain't in the office, it's in the studio. If it ain't in the studio, is on tour doing the show or whatever. You know, whether it's King's Dominion, it's State Property and Dipset tour, wherever it was. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that was called the Rock Army tour because Jay did some sucker-ish. This is what I'll tell y'all about. See, y'all be thinking I just be hating on Jay or whatever. It's just that I can tell the truth, and nobody in the industry, I ain't gonna say nobody in the industry, but the truth is no place for the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody living a goddamn lie. But Jay had the Rock the Mic tour, and he wouldn't let nobody from State Property or nobody from Dipset get on the tour. He had a Rock Army tour, and he was the only soldier on it. He was the only soldier on this tour because he put 50 on the tour. That's after Irv and them was talking about signing Nas. He put 50 on the tour, Missy, Buster, and Snoop, and then put nobody from Roc-A-Fella on the tour except for the Young Guns. He let the Young Guns open up the tour or whatever. But no Dipset got on the tour and no State Property got on the tour, right? Which was a sucker move because it's a Roc-A-Fella tour. But this nigga go get a whole bunch, 4 or 5 different other artists and go on tour and don't take nobody from Roc-A-Fella on the joint. That Dame had to create another tour called the Rock Army Tour. I ain't taking nothing, Jim. I'm just kicking the facts, right? So to prove my point, let's go to Exhibit A, all right? Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use of purposes such as criticism, common news, report, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. That is called memorization. Shout out to everybody that watched my scene from the Praying Grandma to play. If you didn't get to see that, make sure y'all check that out after the show is over. Go check it out. Choke No Joke in the play, The Praying Grandma. All right. Shout out to Lady Roz and the whole crew. Y'all know how we do. Okay, let me put my little copyright disclaimer up here in the corner over here. Now, what I'm about to play here is under fair use, is Cameron explaining the same situation that he did on It Is What It Is, saying that when the BMF dudes came, you know, Nick Jim ran and what you call it, and ran out of there, this, that, and other. Now, watch how he tells the story when he's not mad at Jim. You know what I'm saying? Check this out.
Can we talk about those real bottle wars of Big Meech? You talked about pity some of the Jim Jones Al Capo.
Yeah, it was a party one time in Miami, and they was like spilling drinks. Nobody knew who BMF was. They were spilling like drinks over the top of the rail, and I was underneath for whatever balcony it was, but Jim was getting wet. Jim and somebody else getting wet. And they were like, yo, stop fucking throwing shit. They didn't give a fuck. They kept throwing shit. So Jim went up there with some other people and somebody from there and got cut. So
allegedly. No, I'm saying.
yeah, allegedly, right? So we had a show the next day.
You see what I'm talking about? Now, right? If you're a street person, you can read between the lines, right? That allegedly Jim and them went in there and some popped off with them in BMF. And as Cam said, someone on BMF got cut, right? Which means Jim went up there and niggas got busy, allegedly, right? Oh, however it is, I don't want to spark nothing between BMF and them or whatever. But it popped off and Jim and them, they did something, allegedly, right? Or somebody that was with Jim or somebody, right? Or somebody from BMF let's just say someone from BMF got cut, right? Now, when Cam tells the shit on the more recent joint, he just make it look like, yo, these niggas just had beef with some BMF niggas and Jimmy just took off running, like a cold sucker, right? And just left him, right? Now you see the difference, right? Jim, and I'm not saying Jim was or is the toughest nigga in the game or any of that, right? Because anybody could get touched, right? So, but he was not no sucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? You see how he left that part out to make him look like a sucker? He wasn't a sucker, bro. And the fact that they up there dropping drinks or whatever, and they even go up there to talk to him, show that he's not a sucker, right? Not saying he's the toughest dude, but it just shows that he's not the sucker that Cam is portraying him. And this is the dude that was protecting Cam. His whole career, he was damn near security, bro. And I'm not like ishing on Cam or nothing. I'm just trying to not be biased because, you know, Cam's the bigger name or I like Cam better than Jim. But it's like, yo, come on, bro. Like this nigga took the role of to make sure you got pushed to the finish line with no distractions. You know what I'm saying? With no smut on your name. He took all the smut and the L's that you trying to put on him, defending you to make sure you become the star and was protected. And he took on that role. And now he said here, the nigga ain't from Harlem. The nigga was running. Like, come on, bro. And y'all saying Cam ain't hating? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's like John Gotti calling Sammy the Bull a sucker. Yeah, the nigga Sammy, you know, Sammy was running, you know. After he was protecting Gotti. Now Sammy's a sucker. He a punk. Like, come on, bro. It's not adding up. It's really not adding up. But let me get back to this.